I guess you all have read a little about me on Facebook. I wouldn't like to talk more about me. So I love creative writing. I don't know why. I just love it. And I teach creative writing like a subject too. So it's my favorite. So that is why maybe today I'm here to put a little light on creative writing. I have chosen two sectors of it. You will have a look. What are they? So, good luck for your tasks that will come up. So, I hope I can give you some tips on them and they are useful. So, good luck, everyone. All right, I'll just share. Is the screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Can we get a
yes,
thumbs
ma'am.
up? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. So, welcome to Creative Writing. Okay, I guess it's frozen somehow. Okay. So, So a quick gist of why should why should you choose creative writing? There are quite a few that I have chosen to put in. They improve self-expression. You learn how to express yourself. You get a stronger communication. You get communicative. It boosts your thinking skills, as you might know, because I know you all are great writers. It fosters empathy. You get empathetic of thinking about scenarios, people, characters, etc. And it is fun. So let's choose creative writing for a few of these pointers. Now, here are a few tips that I would like to share for my first section that I have chosen as fiction writing, fiction story writing. So I'll just share a few tips. How should you create your best fiction story writing? I hope it helps. So here we go. Now, first of all, when you think of creating your fiction story, what comes to mind will be your title, obviously. But before that, I would like to share you should create a mind map. I will teach you how to create a mind map too. I think a few of y'all must have learned in school, right? How to create a mind map. If a
Yes,
few,
ma'am.
if
Whenever
a
I
few
write stories, so I create a mind map to know more about.
Exactly. So that helps, right, Kavya?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Is it Kavya or Kavya?
Yes, ma'am. It's Kavya.
Kavya. All right. So Kavya, it helps, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is an excellent process. So and it is fun, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, it is fun.
Hmm. So it is fun, and if it is fun, you need to do it. So think of the title first. Obviously, when you start writing something, you can't just go about it like that, out of the blue, right? You need to think of a title. Children, you can write down these pointers if you like to. If not, then put it in your mind. So we think of a title at first, and then we follow the mind map as your pointers progress. So when you write your mind map, you write down points, right? So then you can build up on your points when you make your mind map. Okay, and then you build up full sentences with your pointers. Obviously, can you just put down your pointers? No. So here's the next one. Best tip that we have to share. We are big ones, right? We are elder children, so we know we've learned in school that we cannot number our sentences, right? We've learned that. So we do not number our sentences and we continue after the full stop, like a paragraph. You go like, blah, 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 blah. You do not number your sentences like little babies do. So grade one, grade two, they tend to number the sentences and then they let go of them after grade three. So put that in mind. And always mind your punctuation. Punctuation is the first topic that you learn in school, right? In grade one. So punctuations are full stop, comma, question mark, and exclamation mark. So you should mind your punctuation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
I had two doubts.
sure.
That the first one is that do we need to write our story, our creative writing, onto a paper, or we can even make a document?
So that's however you like. You
And
will, yeah.
also,
Mhm.
ma'am, if you're making it on a paper or a document, then can we draw some pictures and decorate it?
All right.
So,
So
yeah, ma'am.
one moment, Delzin ma'am.
Yes.
So all these questions about the challenge will be answered towards the end. We have Debolina ma'am who will join us and answer all your questions. Delzin ma'am has specially come to help us with some great tips on creative writing. She's not discussing the challenge right now. Challenge will be discussed towards the end.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, shall I continue, Kavya? All right. And the last one is do not forget to be creative and enjoy your story. You shouldn't think that I have to write a story, I have to be this, I have to be that. No. Think of it as a release. You shouldn't be stressed writing it. So you have to be creative and enjoy it. So let's see how do we start our mind map. First of all, when you make your mind map, you make boxes. Okay, you make boxes, and your first box in the middle will be your title. So think of a title for your story. All right, think of a title. So let's do this right now quickly. Think of a title. What story would you like to write? Quickly think of a title. Malishka has her hand raised. Malishka,
Ma'am,
yes?
what about Enchanted?
Sure, that's your choice. Everyone would like to write their own story. So I am just giving you tips as what would you do as a writer. So do writers ask someone, oh, what story shall I write? Or should they, or do they choose their own story, right? Yes, Malishka, they choose their own story.
Yes, ma'am.
So choose your own story title and we will look at it. Yes, Prashi. Prashi, am I right, Prashi?
Yes, ma'am, Prashi. Ma'am, I think I should keep the title Red Handkerchief.
Oh, that sounds nice. You should. I will ask a few of you to read your stories while we are progressing, huh? So keep writing on your papers. You can have a booklet or ma'am has already told you all to carry a paper and a pencil or a pen with you, whatever is comfortable. So write on. Anyone else? Yes, Hiya.
The Crazy Kingdom.
Oh, that sounds crazy. Good, good. Go on.
Once
Yes,
again,
Kavya. Sorry.
can you show me the pointers once again? Because when you were showing,
Or shall I go back to them quickly? You can have a click with it.
okay.
Just have a click and yeah, yours. Are you done? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, done. Thank you.
Welcome. I'll go forward. Okay. So here, I hope you've written your title. Yes. Let's move on with point number 1. Now, once your title is thought and done, your point number 1 will be you need to create your fantasy world. So think of a theme. Now, I'm sure with your title, you have already thought of your theme. So quickly think of a theme. Would it be a suspense or a goody goody theme or whatsoever, or an enchanted theme, as someone said, or something funny or something horrid or something scary? Think of your fantasy and put it down. I guess you all are done. Mm-hmm. Can I move forward? Yo, okay, Hia says a yo. All right. Moving forward to point number 2. Now, time to create your own character. So, the first character is your hero or your heroine, whatsoever you like. So, one will be a hero, a protagonist, what we call it in literature language, protagonist. So, think of your protagonist. Name him or her something very catchy. So think of yourself as being Miss J.K. Rowling at the moment, creating your characters. And now, once you've made your protagonist, think of an antagonist, anti-hero, your villain. Quickly, your thought process should flow.
Ma'am, what if we don't have a villain in the story?
Then you will have no plot to do. You will have no twist. So think about it. There's always a villain in a story. Come on, let's be quick. This is a very quick session that we are doing because I have one more section to do. So shall I move on to number 3? Okay, 3. Point number 3 here. Create a plot. Create a twist in your tale. So now you can jot down this point at the moment, but when you're building your story, you can elaborate nice and enjoyably. Right now it's very quick, I know that. So create your twist in the tale. That is why we put an antagonist, right? Your villain. Kavya got it. So here's your twist in the tale. And children, due to the twist in the tale, due to the characters, due to the antagonist, the protagonist, all of them, you create your plot, you create dialogues. So you can just put any amount of dialogues you want to. Okay, yes, Malishka has raised her hand. Yes, Malishka.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. So if we want to add flavors and many conflicts and create suspense for the reader. So I was actually stuck on this part whenever I write, how to create that suspense when the reader reads. How can I do that?
So you need to imagine. Suppose, have you read the Harry Potter series or any kind of novels? Have you read them?
Yes, ma'am.
So how? So when you read them, how do they engage you? Have you noticed?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
So
like
you have to think.
I am really fond of creative writing, and when I was like 9 years, roughly, I remember
Mm-hmm.
that I tried to write a story, and since then I'm really into creative writing. And right now I am currently working on a book that I'm writing.
Wow.
That book I have named Enchanted or Myth. So I really wanted this help on this one part where I couldn't decide that I really need a strong conflict for the reader to be created. For when the reader reads it, it
Mm-hmm.
must create suspense that it is just impossible to put the book down.
Correct.
So I just wanted, like a tip on how to add a flavor to your
So I
story.
don't know what your book is like. So I am just sharing what I know at the moment. You can put something where the reader is like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be a happy ending, and this is gonna happen. So there is where you break it. You break it there, and you give it a twist, and the reader is like, oh no, oh no, why? Either you create some sadness, a little sadness, or some kind of a, horrific twist over there, and you're like, oh no. The reader is like, I need to read it now, and I need to see what is happening. So that is what you do. Or then you either introduce someone else in that moment. So that's how you do it. That's just a little tip. It needs to go in details, but yeah. So anything else, Malishka?
No, ma'am. Thank you so
I hope it
much.
helps. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Yes, Kavya.
Like if we want to end our story into a question
Hmm.
that is not answered at the end of the story, and it is like a question at the end of the story.
Yeah, that's a let us continue. Okay, yeah, that's also a kind of a twist that you can put to your series. So you can have a series there.
I
So that's
wrote
good.
a I wrote a book of 10,000 words, which is not yet published. It is
Ooh.
Secret Corridor, and I ended it up like a question.
Oh, that's great. So write more, enjoy, have a series. I will look forward to it. Okay, so quickly let's go to point number 4, and that is what I said. Give dialogues, engage your audience. See, without a dialogue, can we read a story or can we read something? You wouldn't like it. Would you like your movies like quietly in a mind all the time? No. You would enjoy a mime for a little while. But we need dialogues, right, in daily life. Can we just be mute? Do you like our masks these days? Yeah, we can speak through our mask, but it is horrid. You can't show your lipstick there, right? So that was just a little joke. But your dialogues have to be on point. You can't go on dragging your dialogues, and the reader is like, "Chup karo abhi." No, you can't do that. Your dialogue should be witty. Okay, be on point, witty. So that is how you create your mind map. This is just a little part of it. I know it is very short, and but we can't help it. We can't go into total deep discussion about it. If we do that, we will be here for hours and hours. So any more questions here? Are we putting our pointers over here? Have we thought of our little story?
Ma'am, I had one more question.
Mm-hmm,
What
mm-hmm.
do we need to write in the dialogue box? Do we need to write all the dialogues, or what should we
No,
do?
so this is just a pointer on how you create your mind map. So this is
Oh,
just for you to create your mind map. But when you originally write your story, you go on with your dialogues in your story. So that's how you do it. Okay, so is anyone wanting to ask anything at the moment? No questions at the moment. Nice.
Ma'am, I had one more question.
Mhm.
That can we decide the title at the end of the story?
Um, okay, sometimes when you are confused, you tend to do that.
Oh,
Mhm. Yes, Manishka.
Ma'am, could you share a tip on how to increase our vocabulary? Interesting
Okay,
vocabulary
so
with education.
vocabulary only increases through a lot and lot of reading. And if you look at your, dictionary, you can learn quite a few. So I mean, there are no expert advices to increase your vocabulary, but yes, reading good books and also going through your dictionary helps that, and do a
And
lot
ma'am,
of communication.
if we wanna give our paragraph a starting that is not usual, because if I want to write a paragraph on myself, I would probably write, "Hi, my name is Malishka Sharma," but I really want something like, "My name is worth 1,000 conversations." This is what I googled, but I want some, like, I had this doubt. If I
Mm-hmm.
want to make my paragraph be interesting at the starting, so that when the reader goes to the ending, it does not want to leave at the starting, that this is so basic, I'm not going to read it any further, because
Correct.
the starting it's so plain. So how can we make our startings be, like, mind blowing?
So basically, you need to think about a few things when you introduce yourself. So yes, your name, what you do, your hobbies. So put them into good wording. So your, yeah, as I said, your name, what you do. You all are still studying. So what school and what grade, and what do you like? You should always put in what do you like, what are you enthusiastic about. And sometimes even if you put things that you don't like, attract the audience. So suppose you put in like I do not like the way the something. Malishka, what do you dislike? Tell me, what do you dislike?
I really don't prefer eating tomatoes.
So you can go like, so I hate tomatoes because. So you can give your opinion on that. You can just put your opinion there, and it should be a little funny, so that makes the reader laugh and read more about you. So that's what a little you can put in, and it is up to you what you put in with great words. Yeah, you
Thank
were.
you,
Huh. Okay, did that help?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it sure did. Even your previous advice was really helpful.
Thank you. All right.
ma'am, I had one more doubt.
Yes, Kavya.
That can we make a title of someone's name who is the hero or heroine of the story? Or
So, I wouldn't advise that, but still, I leave it up to you whether you would like to do that. See, it's your story. You like to put your hero's name. That's up to you. But um, have you ever read stories with heroes' names? They always, if you give your hero's name there, the audience will be like, oh, ये कैसा story है? And they'll be like, they'll not be interested. You should put such a title onto your story, onto your book or whatsoever, that the audience will be like, oh my god, what is this? And the person should pick your story. So you should be very witty and quick with your title.
okay, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
welcome. All right. Let's move forward. Now, I have chosen to quickly show how do we put in an informal letter. I think you all have learned how to write informal letters in school. So
Yes,
quick.
ma'am.
So
Yes.
let's have a quick icebreaker over here, and think about our best friends. Just close your eyes. Think about your best friend. Have you thought about your best friend? That's easy, right? So quickly, Tanishka, can I pick you?
Yes.
Hi. So Tanishka, give me a few things you miss about your best friend at the moment.
My best friend's name is Vidisha.
Mm-hmm.
She is good and she
What do you
and
miss about her right now?
means when we used to go to school that time when we were returning home from school, we used to play a lot in the bus. We used to get, we used to read stories from our schools.
So it's almost 1.5 year we've not gone to school, right?
Yeah.
Almost. So we miss all that. Okay. So can I pick Hia to say a few things she misses about her best friend?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Hia, tell me.
Ma'am, like my best friend used to be naughty. She used to play tricks with the other students.
Oh my goodness. Naughty best friend.
Prank.
And you would be pulled into the prank?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad. So,
But we enjoy a lot together. We share
obviously,
tiffins and we share tiffins.
mm, that's nice. So we miss all that, right? We wish this pandemic ends and we go back to school.
My best friend name is Jennifer.
Okay. So we miss Jennifer. Okay, can we have Kaina? Kaina, can we have you to speak about your best friend quickly before we go to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
next
I hope
segment?
I'm audible.
Perfectly.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. My best friend's name is Tanishka, and right now I miss her really very much. At the time when we had any special events in our school, and when our parents used to come to pick us
Mm-hmm.
up, so her mother sometimes used to allow her to come to my house, and we used to play a lot. And
Oh,
also at the time when I at sports period when we used to skate, I always try to beat her. She's really good at skating, and we had really fun.
oh, okay. So someday
And
we'll be quickly back
we
to
had
that.
lot of fights and all, but then after that, our fight was like totally over. We used
Oh,
to have fights, but we used to sort them out very soon.
that's being best friends, right? Okay, Kavya, tell me about your best friend quickly. What do you miss about her? Fast,
My
fast,
best
fast.
friend's name is Mishka, and I miss her like funny nicknames. She gives such funny nicknames about someone. She made me like Kazi Kiwi. She gives this name to me,
Oh
and
my
I
god.
get so angry on her sometimes.
No,
But
it's not being
now
angry, it's
she
being
is like
cute.
6 these days, so she does not talk to me.
Oh, I hope she gets well soon. Okay, Prashi, quickly.
My best friend is Kashmi,
Okay.
and uh, we rarely fighted with each other, and we played a lot in the school
Mm-hmm.
together.
Okay. So you missed that.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess Pranit is the last one. Pranit, quickly tell me about your best friend and what you miss. Then we'll move
Mm,
forward.
there is no such thing like that.
Oh, you don't miss your best friend?
No, no. See, I play. So now
Mm-hmm.
also I go down to play. So I don't
Acha.
really miss. So I don't really miss.
Okay, so you meet your best friend. That's nice.
Yes, I meet my friends every day.
Okay. Oh, so there are quite a few that I have missed to ask. Okay, so if I go and ask everyone about their best friends at the moment, children, I guess we will be left out with our, the later segment. So I hope you don't mind me moving forward. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so let's quickly see how do we create our informal letter. So I have also put in a nice piece there, and I will explain you about them here. So here are a few tips, quick. So here is what I found. This is a very nice letter that I found. So this is the way we should write a, you know. Oh yes, but let me mention I'm sorry, I was late to mention this. Um, Letters have different formats for every different school. So CBSE will be having different, ICSE will be having different, SSE will be having different. So we can't show different types of format at the moment. So this is one format that I have chosen to show at the moment. So here, so first when you write a letter, you first write the address of the person you're sending your letter to in quick, your address should be quick and short. It shouldn't go, it shouldn't prolong. It should be here towards your left, and it should have the date for the day you're writing that letter quickly over here. All right. And then after you are done with the address and the date, then you choose your, and you do not write my dear whatsoever. Do not write such long things. You just go like dear blah blah and put a comma and go to the next line. Yes,
Um,
Kavya.
Ma'am, can we even, without writing dear, can we even write like a name and then start
Hmm.
to write?
So when you do that, it sounds very rude. So we need to put in dear or dearest, like that. So it's a kind of a title you give, your friend. You like your friend, right? Or you being very cross with your friend?
I like
या
my.
तुझे नहीं छोड़ूंगी मैं डियर नहीं लिखने वाली. No, so you can't do that. So you need to put dear. So dear or then dearest. If you have a lot of love for your friends, you put dearest. Okay. So you go like that and you put. Suppose I have chosen dear Rudra, then there is a comma missing. Okay, there is a comma missing. So you need to put a comma there, and then I'll just read this out to you. You give an intro at the start, all right? And you go like, you first ask the the friend, how have you been? And suppose your friend has been not being well, so you ask your friend whether he or she is okay now and stuff. So here it is. It's been a while since I've heard from you. Where have you been? I hope this letter finds you in the best of your health. So sometimes it's good to write this line, huh? This is a very good line that you can put in your letter. uh, I hope this letter finds you in the best of health or pink of health. When you ask your beloved that, are you in the pink of health? That means you are very healthy, and when you are healthy, your cheeks are pink. So that is how you indicate this, that I hope you are in the pink of health or best of health. And then you go on to your middle part. Oh, my dog. As summers are approaching, I was thinking if we could spend the summer break together at my place in Mumbai. I will introduce you to all my friends and close relatives. I will give you a city tour as well. So you give you give a nice body to your letter over here. You can write whatsoever in your body. You can just go on blabbering and writing about your friend or to your friend, whatsoever. That is your choice. So here it is. We will spend some quality time in the afternoons near the seashore and whatsoever. We will go here and there. And to add cherry on the cake, the weather here is so pleasant and nice during those days. We can go to the seaside and go to marine lines and whatsoever. So we can write all that in the uh, yeah. So yes, here that is called as introduction, body, and the base. Yes,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
right. And then when you're going to the last paragraph, you kind of squeeze in. You are kind of running to. You can write a Romeo and Juliet dastan over there. You can't do that. It's a letter. It has to be short and crisp. So keep it short, keep it crisp. So when you're crisping it up over here at the end, it's a little rushy gushy. Like I'm rushing at the moment. It's a little rushy gushy there. And you can be like, I'm excited even at the thought of you being here and spending time, spending your summer vacations with me. I have to tell you so much, but and then you can be like, but I need to cut it over here because it's a letter and I can't be going blah 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 over the letter. And then at the end, you always be polite and you are like, give my regards to auntie and uncle. And you always, give some uh, exclamation mark and punctuations to your letter that makes it nice. So your letter has to be short, crisp, and very fun. It has to be fun. You can't be like a boring letter. Hello, how are you? What are you doing? This, that. Nah, no one will really. The friend will be like, yaar paka rahi hai, and she will be like throwing the letter in the dustbin. Yeah. So you can't be like that. Okay, you have to be a little fun in your letter so that your friend expects, oh my god, what has she written more about it? Yes, so it is called as introduction, body, and conclusion. Thank you, Ria. So, and at the end, go to the
Ma'am, I'm Tanishka.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I have never done creative writing. So this is my first time doing it. So is it going to be like you are going to send a topic and I have to write a story on it?
Yes, and that is why tomorrow we'll be sampling it, because I definitely agree with you, Tanishka, that there are many other kids who mustn't have done this earlier. So tomorrow we'll sample it. Example, we'll give you a word. So assume I give you a word as butterfly. And we say that, you can create anything out of this word and create 4 to 5 sentences that completes a story. So one day the task can be something about creating a story around a particular word. Another day the task can be about doing a poem. Another day the task could be writing a letter. So creative writing is nothing but experimenting with different ways of writing. And each day we'll give you a different challenge. So surely I can't spill the beans and tell you all the challenges here, but that's just an idea. It could be a dialogue, it could be anything, it could be anything. So it's about your creativity with words. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Tanishka? Yeah.
Ma'am, I was having some trouble in muting myself first. Ma'am, do we have to upload it ourselves on the Facebook page?
Yes, please, with the hashtags. Everything is mentioned in the email. In case you have still not got the email, I am mentioning.
I have got the email, but I had this. Or do we have to post it on our respective?
No, not
Facebook
your respective, dear. No, not your respective. On the group, my dear. On the group. That's how we'll be able to assess when we see all the. So the name of the group is Innovation Shuttle, as you all know. Most of you are a part of it. It's on Facebook. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Rashi, any questions? Kaina, any questions? Janya?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Jani has written the question for me. If you are writing like a comic and they are fighting, so is it important to write things like boom, kick and all? See, if you want to make it fancy, you can definitely add. And if you were reading a book and words like boom, kick are written, it's fun to read, isn't it? So as a writer, if you want to make your writing interesting, go ahead, write. But if you think your writing is complete without such words, that's also perfectly acceptable.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Can
Yes,
we
please.
use slang? Can we use slang language?
If I was doing this competition, I wouldn't use slang. But if you think that's going to make it fancy, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am, I had this doubt if it was going to, you know, affect the marks.
No, no negative marking. No negative marking for anything apart from putting a typed letter or getting it done from someone else. Because the whole idea is to learn from each other. Anybody who is doing a challenge for 11 days is definitely getting a gift. So the idea is to learn and not to get it done from our friends, parents, or anybody. The idea is to only learn how good are we at it and how better can we get. All right? Anything else? All right, then in case you're done, you may quickly leave. For the people who still have questions, are free to stay back with me.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
my
ma'am.
dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Put in some thank you notes for Delzin, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear, and I'll connect with you later.
Okay, see ya.
Thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Here you have a question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Said one day there will be a demo.
Tomorrow is a demo round. So tonight or by tomorrow, 8 a.m., you will get the task in your email box, on the WhatsApp group, on the Facebook group, all three places. You can see the task and submit it by day and tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the demo, the timings are same till 10.
Absolutely. So demo is just to give you an experience on how the challenges will be. So it'll be exactly on the same lines.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. Yes, my dear Tanishka, tell me.
Ma'am, my doubt is that means when we are going to write the story and when we are going to give it to you, if there are some mistakes, so will you correct them?
No, not at all. It's a competition, not a workshop. So in case you think it needs correction, you may want to read it for yourself again. But as judges, we will be only judging it and not doing any coaching or corrections. Yep.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All the best to you.